Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to FTB Inventions. So I've been trying to get our power to work here with our macerator. Haven't been able to get it to work. I tried feeding it in on various different sides, but I had a thought, and what we're going to try here, and I have no idea if this is going to work, we are going to try making a bat box and see if we can charge a bat box from the immersive engineering stuff. So we'll need our forge hammer, we need some tin, and I may not have any of that smelted up. I don't know for sure. Yeah, we do have some tin. I hope that's enough. We are going to need some redstone, and I'm not sure what else we're going to need. So the bat box right here, we need redstone, tin, we need rubber, and then we need a whole bunch of the wood planks. So we'll go ahead and grab some of these. I think we'll just use the fir wood. Alright, so to start out with, we need to make several of these batteries, which require tin plates, which require this. Okay, so that's not going to work with the forge hammer, so I'm not sure how many of these we need. Let's see if we can calculate that out here. So we need 3 batteries. Each one of them needs 4 plates. So we need 12 total, and we're going to need some wire too. So we'll go ahead and make all of those. We'll save 2 of them. And, oh, wait, that doubles. Whoops. Okay, so we need our cutter. Forgot about that. So the cutter plus these tin plates should give us tin cable. We'll combine that with the rubber to get some insulated tin cable. Then we need to unpack our redstone here. We need redstone, tin casings, and insulated copper, or insulated tin wire. Alright, so that gives us our 3 batteries. Now to finish out the bat box, we just need another piece of the insulated tin cable, some planks, and the batteries. Hopefully, no. That does not stack in there, so this should do it. Bat box. Okay, so we're going to try this, and hopefully it works. I have no idea if it's going to, but I'm hoping it will. So we're going to break this connector here, and we're going to place the bat box right here. So right now we have no power going into it. Let's go ahead and set up a little bit of stuff here. Let's try just feeding it in from down lower. So we'll take our engineer's hammer, set this to output, put one here, and then connect the 2 and just see. So still no power. So that was worth a shot. I think we're going to have to go ahead and try out the energy converters stuff. And actually, I'm not sure. I may be able to pick this up with an axe, but let's just try the engineer's hammer. Nope, that doesn't work. I was hoping I could shift right click on that with the engineer's hammer. So we're going to have to do some stuff with the energy conversion mod. What was the name of that mod again? Let's take a look at the mod list. Power converter. Okay, so let's go ahead and look up the power converter mod. So we need the energy bridge. We will need a I think we're going to need an RF consumer, capacitor bank. Ooh, those don't look real easy to make. The RF producer is just made by putting the consumer into there. So the capacitor bank, wow. Yeah, that's not going to be easy to do. But then we also need the producer. And that's not hard to make. We would need more tin, which we have, just not smelted. We have quite a bit of tin dust here. So I'm going to have to give that some thought, figure out for sure what I want to do with that. But it looks like that's going to be the only way that we have to get our EU, or our immersive engineering power, our RF, converted to EU. I guess there's one more possibility we can try. And I don't know if this has been disabled or not, but thermodynamics, we have our power conduit. So this just takes a couple of lead ingots, a piece of glass, and some redstone. That is pretty cheap. So we're going to grab a piece of glass. We have the redstone. We need some lead. And this should pretty well take care of this. So we'll put a lead on each side, glass in the middle, redstone top and bottom. Now, in other packs, these are capable of moving power from one type of source to the other, so that will connect to the capacitor bank, but it does not connect to the bat box. Well, that is unfortunate. So, yep, I think we're going to have to look at the power converters in order to do that. Either that, or we are going to have to make ourselves a pulverizer. So I'll do a little thinking about that. I'm going to have to smelt up some of this tin, and I will be back in a little bit. So what I've decided I'm going to do is we are going to make the pulverizer instead of messing with the power converters at the moment. So got the pulverizer here. I've already made up the piston. The next thing that we need to make up is our, oh no, I can't think of the name of it, machine frame. And so we're just going to make a basic one of those. So we need to make a tin gear, which is just tin around iron. Pretty simple. We're going to put that in the middle. We put iron in each corner, and then we put glass on each side. There's our machine frame. Piston on top, flint on each side. I guess we're not quite ready for that yet, because we need to make some copper gears and a redstone reception coil. So let's go ahead and clear that stuff out. We need one of those. And then we need some copper gears. So we need 2 of those. Same thing as tin gear, but copper instead of tin. So there's that. Now we should be ready to just shift click this. There we go. Basic pulverizer. So we're going to grab our leadstone flux ducts here, and we're going to set this down over here somewhere. I suppose right here should be fine. So we're going to run out of the back of this capacitor and into the back of the pulverizer. So this guy is getting power. So at least we know that's working. So I'm going to change the configuration here. We're going to set input from the top, output to the side, and we want the orange output so that we're getting everything. So now I'm going to make myself another chest that this can dump into. And then we'll grab a whole bunch of these items that need to be pulverized. So there should be a bunch of wheat in here. We'll grab all of this and all of that. So we can now pull down the grindstone here. And we'll need these hoppers. And I guess we could have just taken this chest. But I guess we can always set up a double chest there. That's no problem. We'll need one for input and one for output anyway. So let's grab our hoppers. We'll put a hopper into the top. We don't need a hopper on the side. And then we can put a hopper up, or a chest up here. Now if we put in, say, our iron ore, that starts pulverizing it here, and that should directly output into the chest. So that's pretty awesome. We've now got an automated system to take care of our ore processing. So I'm going to let all that run through. I'm probably going to go and get a little bit more copper from my level 40 copper mine, and I'll figure out what we're going to do next. So the next thing that I want to build is a mining drill, but the problem with the mining drill is that we need steel. So we're going to need to make ourselves a blast furnace. Now this blast furnace, we've already looked at it before, we need nether bricks for that. So we are going to have to go to the nether. So I made myself a diamond pickaxe so that I could mine some obsidian, and we're going to go ahead and light this portal, and we are going to go ahead and head to the nether. So we need to go deeper. Looks like we've got a whole bunch of fire here right around the portal. And it almost looks like we're on a floating platform here. So let's go ahead and put out a little of this fire. All that I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just mine up a whole bunch of this netherrack right here. And this should give me plenty of stuff to be able to make up that blast furnace. So I'm going to mine a bunch of this, smelt it down in the furnace back at the base, and I will be back to set up that blast furnace in just a little bit. Bye-bye, nether quartz. So I went exploring around the nether for a little while. I did find a fortress just a little bit away from where we started, so I got some regular nether bricks. Got a couple of blaze rods. Those are going to be needed to make the blast furnace. I also got a couple of magma creams and a whole bunch of glowstone dust. Now I also found a couple of pieces of sphalerite ore, and I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing with this stuff, but these are from Tech Reborn, so I would imagine we're going to be finding some uses for them later on. But the first thing that we need to do here to be able to get our blast furnace going is we need to pulverize these blaze rods. This is going to give us 4 blaze powder each with a chance of the sulfur here, so we'll drop the sulfur off. Now I was going to make the immersive engineering version of the blast furnace, but as I got to looking at the prices of everything and the fact that we don't have power right now, I decided instead we're going to go ahead and make the Railcraft version. So the Railcraft blast furnace takes nether bricks, soul sand, and magma cream. The regular immersive engineering one takes nether bricks, regular bricks, and blaze powder. Well, I'm not going to sit there and die trying to get blaze rods, so this works out better. So I did the math on this. We need, I think it was 9 recipes of this blast furnace brick, and we have more than enough of the magma cream currently, but we don't have enough of the nether bricks apparently, so we'll go ahead and make up those. Let's make a few more nether bricks, and we'll make another set. Okay, so there we go. So we need 34 of them. That's kind of a weird number to need, but that's what we needed. So there we go. There should be everything that we need for our blast furnace. So I think I'm going to set this down here right next to our coke oven, but I'm going to set it down into the ground by 1 block, because this is a 3x3x4. So we're going to do a 3x3 solid, 3x3 hollow, another 3x3 hollow, and then another 3x3 solid. And just like we did on the coke oven here, we're going to place a torch on top just so that we don't end up with mobs spawning on top of there. So now we have the blast furnace here. We can make steel. So we're going to take some of our charcoal, drop that in there, and we're going to grab a stack of iron, and yeah, we'll grab a little bit more charcoal, and we're going to go ahead and let this do its thing. Now it's going to take quite a while for it to turn this iron into charcoal or into steel, and it's going to take more charcoal than iron to do this. So I'm going to let this do its thing, and hopefully we will be able to get our mining drill made here shortly. Okay, so we now have a bunch of steel, so we should be able to make up our mining drill. So the mining drill here is made with 5 pieces of steel, an electronic circuit, and an RE battery. We've already seen all of these. The electronic circuit is just insulated copper cable, iron plate, and some redstone. And the RE battery is tin item casings, redstone, and insulated tin cable. So we're going to go ahead and make this up. And yeah, there we go. We have our mining drill. Now this thing is useless without power. So we need to make an IC2 generator, which is right here. Now this takes an iron furnace, some iron plates, and an RE battery. Now the iron furnace is just a regular furnace with 5 iron plates. So nothing overly major. I already made up the iron furnace, used it for a little while, but we should be able to just make this, and there we go. Suitable power. So we're going to take this out here and we're going to set it down right next to the macerator. And I don't know if this is going to directly power the macerator. Looks like it's going to. But so it will power the macerator, and we should be able to throw in our mining drill now and charge that as well. So this looks like it's going to take a minute, so I'm going to let that charge up, and then we'll go and check this thing out. So I'm down here at the level 40 mine. I have the mining drill. We're going to try this thing out. So yeah, that's decently fast. So I know that we can get upgrades for this thing later, and I'm just curious as to how much power we have used so far. Not too much, actually. So yep, I think we'll just be using this for a little while for mining. Now our next upgrade on this thing is going to require some major tech. So if we take a look at the uses on this guy, the diamond drill, we need 3 diamonds. The advanced circuit, which we can already make this thanks to my trip to the nether, but we need these titanium ingots. Now the only way to get these is by smelting titanium dust, and I think we can do it in, oh, well, we have only 2 places we can do it, in the Icy 2 blast furnace or in the arc furnace from immersive engineering. So that's not overly good either. But the titanium dust, we can only get this by crafting together small piles of titanium dust, and these can only be gotten from the industrial grinder with the Tech Reborn bauxite ore. Now I did have a little of this, I ground it up, and I'm kind of wishing I wouldn't have now. But so that will also give us a small pile of this glossular dust. I'm not sure what that stuff is used for. But let's just take a look here. So the glossular dust. Okay, so this stuff can be broken down in the industrial electrolyzer into calcium, aluminum, what's this one? Silicon, and compressed air. Not much of a use for that right now. But so, yeah, we have our mining drill now. I'm really happy about that. And I think the next thing that I'm going to make, I've been using some Invar axes since I now have some ferrous, and I think instead of that, I want to make a chainsaw. So for the chainsaw, we need some iron plates, and I know that I have some in here somewhere. There they are. So let's just look up the recipe on the chainsaw. So we need iron plates and a power unit. The power unit takes a whole bunch of stuff here. We need an electric motor, which takes a coil, tin item casings, iron ingot. The coils are copper cable around iron ingot. I'm going to have a little bit of stuff to make up here. I need 3 batteries, an electronic circuit. So I'm going to make up some of this stuff, and I will be right back. All I can say is I had forgotten how crafting intensive IC2 is. But so to make our chainsaw here, the first thing we need is this power unit. Like I was saying, electric motor, we need some iron item casings, RE battery, copper cable, electronic circuit, and we'll get our power unit. Now to make that into the chainsaw, we just throw in a little bit of iron plates, and there we go, chainsaw. So now I did set up the battery box here, or the bat box, so that we could take some of our power from our generator and store it. And I'm hoping we can charge this thing here, so that will charge up a little bit faster this way because we have stored power. And also I set the output to run into the macerator, so that in case we decide to use the macerator, we have a little bit of reserve power. So there we go, that thing is fully charged. So let's come over here and just go ahead and chop down some stuff. And that's kind of cool, it's got a sound effect. So let's just see if this will cut down this redwood tree. Should. Boy, that sound effect is going to get kind of annoying though. And there we go. So that almost completely drained the chainsaw of its power. So we will have to be charging this quite frequently, but it does produce a lot of wood with every time that we use it. So yeah, I think I'm going to be using this now for a while. Now, of course, just like the mining drill, there is an upgrade for this thing. So if we look at the uses on this, we need overclocker upgrades, advanced circuits, and a diamond, and that will make our advanced chainsaw. Now, I think we need a better charging system in order to be able to use that. But yeah, it's good to know that it's there. But so I'm going to take a look at how long the episode is and do some thinking about what else we could do if we need to do something else, and I will be back in a little bit. So in between clips, I have upgraded all of my furnaces to iron furnaces. I also kind of enlarged the room here a little bit, and that means that I'm going to need to move these chests and this barrel a little bit. So to do that, we are going to go ahead and make ourselves a dolly. That's a very simple recipe, just 5 iron and an L and a piece of wood. Now the dolly, we can pick up chests and move them. We can pick up better barrels. So just in general, this is a great way if you don't want to have to break chests, and we can pick up the diamond chest as well. So yeah, that's really good. Now there's also a diamond version of this, but that one takes damage or durability damage, but it is useful in moving spawners. But so now, as I've been using the chainsaw and the mining drill, I have noticed one major failing for them, and that is not enough power. So we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a backpack. Now this is going to effectively triple the amount of time that we can use the mining drill or the chainsaw. And yeah, it's not really all that difficult of a recipe. We needed 6 of the RE batteries, an electronic circuit, and a plank of some sort. And once again, this is not allowing me to just hit shift click. But we'll have our backpack now, and I think this thing has to go in place of our chest plate. So I'm going to go ahead and charge this up a little bit, and let's just find out here. We have a little bit of durability off of our mining drill. So let's go ahead and put this in our spot there. And possibly I have to use it. Now, one thing that I really like about this mining drill is the fact that it can break dirt and other gravel and things like that, so we don't have to carry a shovel anymore. But yes, that did charge up the mining drill. We just had to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and charge up that backpack, and gonna look into possibly expanding my little base area a little bit more, maybe give it a decent facade here. So I'm gonna work on that stuff, and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I did a whole bunch of work here leveling off the hillside. I tore my nether portal back down, but I kept the 2 base blocks so that I know where it goes. But yeah, I've been trying to design out something that I think looks pretty neat, and this is just the basic shape that I am going for. So I'm going for a modern style house with curves, and so this is going to be kind of unique. I'm going to be putting curves into the face of it as well, but also curves in the roof. And so I think this looks pretty neat. I hope it turns out good. I've got to decide what kind of blocks I'm going to be using in it. I think we're probably going to be using a fair amount of this marble from Chisel. We might also be using a bit of the diorite. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some challenges in building this. If we could use half slabs to kind of smooth these curves out a little bit, that would be very beneficial. I don't know for sure what we can do with that, but we'll just have to see. But I think what I am going to say right now is thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up and let me know. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any ideas on what we could be working on as far as different mods or different things that might need in the future, any ideas on materials to be used in the house here, that would be great. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!